Yeah, I forgot to mention one more thing about the offseason or what's been going on this week. Yeah, Josh Uche got traded to the Chiefs. Like, can these teams just stop trading with the Chiefs? Like, they're good as they are right now. Why do you need to give them more pieces? Anyways, welcome back to episode 25 of Grizzly and Football. 25 episodes? Man, we're a quarter of the way through 100. That's insane. Anyways, we got week 9 NFL predictions today. This is more of a little calm week this time. Well, we have some good games and we have some stinkers. Like, everything's normal with how the games are set up right now. But if you are new to this series, I will leave a link to the full playlist so you can watch every single video so you're all caught up, and you'll also have it for future videos whenever I post them. Don't forget to hit the red subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single video, and be sure to smash that like button. And without further ado, I went 10-6 in week number 8. So my current record is 74-49. Let's get the hot streak going. Kicking things off with the Thursday Night Football matchup, we got the Texans at the Jets. I have been struggling with Thursday night games lately, but I'm hoping that this team can definitely help at that. I predict that Houston is going to win 31-24. It is going to be a close game though. It's just the Jets have not been very successful, even though they do have Devontae Adams added to their receiving core. The Jets really are paying the price of having Aaron Rodgers instead of Zach Wilson, giving him some time to develop. But nope, Jets fans are way too impatient for their own good. Houston takes advantage of all of their struggles. Defense of the Jets can bail them out, but the offense has struggled for a lot of the season, and I expect that to continue. Kicking off the Sunday 1 o'clock slate, we got the Saints at the Panthers. Sorry, Carolina, but the Saints win 21-10. This is the game where Alvin Kamara goes off and just goes absolutely bananas on that Panthers defense because they can't stop a run if they were on life alert. Spencer Rattler should have a much better game than he has had in the games that he has played. I don't know about Derek Carr's condition right now, but right now Spencer Rattler is a starter, and yeah, I'm hoping he has a good game in this game. Carolina just has no hope at all. They're better off just tanking the rest of the year. Next up, we got the Commanders at the Giants. This could definitely be a trap game for Washington, but I just don't see it. Washington wins 30-13. Again, New York Giants, I gotta see the trap game to believe it, but Washington is just red hot right now, and they're going to continue to do that against Giants. Sure, Washington doesn't have a rushing defense, so Tyrone Tracy and Devil Singletary will go off, but the passing game is really going to be what holds the Giants back right now. But the fact that Malik Neighbors is still here, it's going to get better, but Washington will just outlast them if anything. Next up, we got the Dolphins at the Bills. Sorry, Miami, I'm not going to make the same mistake that I did in week 2. Bills win 32-20. 31-20, I really don't care. Bills still win. Dolphins have not won, they've only won 2 games against this team in almost a decade, and I see that continuing again. Josh Allen may have thrown his first interception against Seattle, but that offense is still looking red hot, and the defense, oh boy, even without Von Miller, they are still good. At least Miami's offense is starting to come together, but the defense, not very good. Up next, we got the Chargers at the Browns. This game has started to become a lot tougher now that Jameis Winston is considerably elite. He showed that against Baltimore. And also on the offensive side, Cedric Tillman is starting to become a league on his own. I am seriously hoping that this is not a one-game wonder for the Browns, but it's starting to become likely because they're playing one of the best defenses in the entire league. With that said, I think the Chargers are going to win 24-21. Browns are playing the number 1 scoring defense in the NFL, and Jameis Winston might struggle against that Charger defense, especially against guys like Asante Samuel, Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, all those guys. Sure, Myles Garrett has become less involved in that defense, and Denzel Ward has been very silent as well because I don't know. I think they've been really trying to take plays away from them. Well, the other teams that the Browns have faced have been trying to do so. And they have been really good, doing a good job with that. Justin Herbert is still here throwing lasers, getting some good stats, and J.K. Dobbins is still rushing the ball efficiently, but they are going against a pretty tough defense. This game is going to be close, but don't be surprised when the Chargers beat the Browns on the road. Up next, we got the Patriots at the Titans. Blah. This is going to be a stinker. Both these teams are complete dog shit, so I have no idea who to pick. I guess I'll pick the... Not gonna lie, Patriots may have the worst roster, but they are playing better than the Titans, and that's saying something. Up next, we got the Dallas Cowboys at the Atlanta Falcons. Cowboys may have a really good offense that we might not be able to stop, but they just don't have a defense right now. We got ourselves a defense that can force takeaways. You know what? I'm gonna do it. For the first time since week 1. I'm going to have to pick Atlanta to win, and I may regret it, but I say they win 31-28. It's really just going to come down to who will have the most clutch genes at the end of the game, and I say the Falcons do because they have Mr. Reliable himself, Younghoe Koo, even though he kind of has struggled a little bit the past couple of games. I still have faith. Rise up and let's get to 6 wins. Up next, we have the Raiders at the Bengals. Bengals win 34-13. Yeah, the Raiders just have no life whatsoever. The Bengals are coming back to the island of relevancy in the NFL, and they are still playoff contenders even though they had a horrible start. And yeah, the Raiders are just being the Raiders. I hate to admit that, but they kind of are. And the Bengals are just going to absolutely dog walk them. Maybe not on defense, but on offense, absolutely. In the final game of the 1 o'clock slate, we had the Broncos at the Ravens. If you told me these two teams would have the same record at the beginning of the season, I would have called everybody nuts. I want to pick the Broncos so bad because of how great their team has looked, but I just cannot. I can't pull the trigger. Ravens wins 28-24. I think it's going to be close, but it's just Baltimore just has a really good rush defense right now. The best rush offense and defense is going to be really hard to stop if you're Denver, especially with how your offense has been playing, like for most of the season. At least Bo Nix was able to go off against the Panthers. But yeah, Baltimore wins a close one. It's going to be closer to people think. Don't sleep on the Broncos now because they have looked pretty solid, especially against a team like Tampa Bay. Kicking off the 4 o'clock slate, we got the Bears at the Cardinals. Now, this is a game that could really get interesting. We got 2 dynamic offenses, even though the Bears kind of screwed up at the end with their defense, allowing a Hail Mary at the end to Jane Daniels and the Commanders. Both of these offenses are still on the rise. I mean, Cardinals have rookie Marvin Harrison and Bears have rookie Caleb Williams. They both have been performing pretty solid recently. Marvin Harrison did get injured, but it's safe to say that Kyler Murray kind of needs him. However, the Cardinals are going against a very tough defense at the moment. I think a lot of people are going to pick Arizona right now, but I'm going to say that the Bears win 24-21. This is going to be a dogfight. I just think Caleb Williams has started to fit in with his team quite well, and I think he will have a spectacular second half of the year for himself, if I'm being real honest with you. Kyler Murray is going to be good too, but right now, I'm thinking about the Bears right now when they're amazing defense that will give the offense opportunities to score. Up next, we got the Jags at the Eagles. I think the Jags can make this game close, but I see Philadelphia winning 34-20. Eagles' rush offense is just way too good right now, and if Jalen Hurts can improve himself as a passer, then this team could be dangerous. Jacksonville has just been really struggling right now, and Tank Bigsby is trying to dig themselves out of a hole, and Brian Thomas, but defense just can't stop allowing scores. Eagles have a superb defensive line, and they got some very solid secondary that will help them win by double digits. Up next, we got an NFC West matchup between the Rams and the Seahawks. By the way, I forgot to mention, I cannot believe Arizona is leading the division with a 4-4 record, but then again, they beat the 49ers. Rams are coming off a big win against the Vikings last Thursday night, and Seattle is coming off a bad loss to the Bills. I don't know, man. Seattle has been looking pretty rough these past couple weeks, but the Rams have looked hot, especially with Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua back. I think most people are going to pick the Rams, but I gotta be honest with you, the defense is not going to help the Rams at all. I'm going to go with Seattle winning 30-28. Both these teams have potentially explosive offenses, but the defense is really where it matters at this point, and Seattle just has it way better than the Rams right now. Sure, the Rams had a couple sacks, one of which was very controversial in the end zone for safety. That should have been a face mask, but we're going to look past that because all season the Rams defense has not been playing very well recently. The Rams offense has struggled because of injuries, but now that everybody's healthy for the most part, they should have a solid game offensively, but Seattle's just going to be just a mildly better. In the final game of this Sunday 4 o'clock slate, we got arguably the game of the week. One of two candidates for the game of the week. The Lions at the Packers, which I think is going to be the game of the week this week. Let me just tell you, these two NFC North teams, not only do they hate each other, but they have some good squads. Jared Goff in Detroit versus Jordan Love in Green Bay. This is going to be one of the best games all year. And this is going to be a very tough pick because both of these teams have some solid players on both sides of the ball. Obviously, Detroit is coming off a 50-burger against the Titans, and the Packers coming off a close win against the Jags. I think the Jags are better than the Titans, though. Let's be real. I'm going to call a big upset here. I think the Packers are going to win 28-21 at the end. Both these defenses are spectacular, and I think they're going to have a big game on their hands. They're going to have their hands full. Both of these teams are. I see the Packers coming out with a dub at the end. They're going to outlast the Lions. Lions are going to put up a good fight, but I see Green Bay winning by one score. No team is going to give any team the edge. They're not going to allow them to pull away, but the Packers are going to come out with a dub. And now we got the Sunday Night Football matchup between the Colts and the Vikings. Oh yeah, and breaking news, Joe Flacco is starting Week 9 in this Sunday night matchup, so this just got really interesting. Unfortunately for the Vikings, they have lost 2 straight now, first to the Lions and then to the Rams, who have both of their best receivers back. And as for the Colts, they are coming off a close loss to the Texans. I'm going to call another big upset here. I think the Colts are going to win 27-24. And the final game this week is the Monday Night Football matchup between the Bucs and the Chiefs. Tampa Bay almost came back against Atlanta last week, but now they had to play against the only undefeated team in the NFL, in Arrowhead nonetheless. The limited number of options for Baker Mayfield to throw to is really hurting this Tampa Bay team, and I think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to take advantage of that. They're going to win 31-20. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce had a very solid game against the Raiders, but this is against Tampa Bay. But I see Kansas City coming out there and showing why they are right now one of the best teams in the NFL, if not the best team. Tampa Bay has just too many injuries to really recover from. Kansas City is still hot. And that is going to do it for this episode of Grizzly Talks Football. If you have enjoyed this episode, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Be sure to hit the red subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single video. Until next time, I will see you guys soon. Peace.